Let me pull this lower third up as we are joined by Olympian and disability advocate Mackenzie Cohen. Mackenzie, how are you doing today?
I'm amazing, and I'm so happy to be here. I'm really, really excited.
Thank you so much for giving us your time. I know you're about to be in East Texas in just a little bit, but before we do that, can I just say the amount of accomplishments that you have had in your life, in the short life that you've had so far, is more than any of us could imagine. Now, can you walk us through some of these medals, the engagements and advocacy moments that has shaped you into the impressive woman that you've become?
Absolutely. For me, it all starts back in a teeny tiny town in Clarksville, Georgia. I was actually born with a broken femur, and so they knew that something was a little bit off. We ran some testing. At 19 days old, I was diagnosed with a condition called osteogenesis imperfecta, and that means I have fragile bones that often break for little to no reason. A lot of people would have seen that as a death sentence, but honestly, I live by a motto that my OI is something that happened for me, not to me, and it's given me this incredible life, an incredible platform to educate people, go out there and show the world what I'm made of, and my disability isn't going to hold me back.
Now, you took the words right out of my mouth. My very next question, one of your quotes that I personally loved when doing the research over the past couple of weeks, getting you on this show, was that exact quote: "This did not happen to me, this happened for me." What does that mean to you?
Absolutely. It's a life perspective. You know, we all go through things. Everybody has something that they deal with. What I deal with is my condition. It might look different to somebody else, but it's made me who I am today. It's something that some people could look at me and say that is her greatest weakness, but I truly believe it is my greatest strength. It's what has given me the confidence to go through my life and not be afraid to try to do anything. And it's given me the opportunity to win these right here. So these are two of my medals, one from Tokyo and one from Rio. And I love being able to bring them out and share them with people. It really is a testament that you can do anything that you set your mind to in life.
I mean, just so casually lifting first place gold medals at the Olympics of all things. Very casual, of course. Now, talking about the Olympics, what was it like? Now, you were a part of the Paralympics, and that means that you are competing alongside a group of men and women who also were diagnosed at some point in their life with something that makes them run or track or anything just a little bit differently. What is it like working with that group of people, and what is it like being a part of such a prominent organization such as that?
It's absolutely incredible. The motto of the Paralympics is spirit in motion, and that's exactly what it is. With my osteogenesis imperfecta, they always used to say you have an unbreakable spirit, which I thought was so powerful. And that really translated to the Paralympic movement for me as well. I learned about it when I was 8 years old. I went and I tried out for an adapted sports program. And I kind of just went from there. I saw things in my very first Paralympic swim meet that I'll never forget. I saw people with one limb, missing 3 other limbs swimming. And it just didn't matter. It didn't matter what your impairment was. It didn't matter what your condition was. There was a place for absolutely everyone. And so a big part of my advocacy and outreach is educating people on the Paralympic movement, because someone sought to tell me about it. And I just think maybe I could be that person for someone else with a condition and tell them that there's this whole other world where they can compete and be an elite athlete as well.
And that perfectly rides me right into my next question. You are a Paralympian first, but then you're also an advocate. You're a public speaker. You go to these events and you tell people exactly what you've been through, your life story, and how you've managed to overcome it. Can you go through with me just for a second the transition that it takes from being in that swimming pool, giving it your all, to being on that stage and kind of pouring your heart and soul out to the audience in the hopes that someone will take something home with them that kind of makes them better forever?
Absolutely. I think being an advocate is actually something that's just naturally been inside of me since I was little. And I really attribute that to my family, my parents. You have to be able to speak up for yourself. You have to be able to tell people what you need with your condition, what's going to work, what's not going to work. So when I went for, the Paralympic movement and to become a Paralympian, it came out very naturally for me. And I'm able to take those experiences not only from my Paralympic career, but also my life, and educate others and tell them you don't have to live in a bubble. You don't have to take things as the status quo. You can stand up for yourself. You can advocate for yourself. And it's really a responsibility that comes along with being a Paralympic athlete, honestly.
Now, I know that you probably have not always had this amazing confidence and this amazing self-assuredness. I know that it was a journey to get there. Can you tell me the moment where it just kind of clicked for you? Like, oh, this doesn't define me. This is not happening to me, it's happening for me. Can you walk me through that moment and how you got to that amazing place?
Absolutely. It's been a lifelong experience and a lifelong thing, let me tell you. But I can really trace back the roots of it to my very first day on the swim team. I actually started in the water's aquatherapy. It wasn't even supposed to get to this place. It kind of just all happened for me. My very first day on the swim team, I rolled up to the side of the pool. And of course, I was the only one in a wheelchair, go figure. And I got in the water, and there I was, right there alongside the other able-bodied kids. And I just thought to myself, this is where I'm free. This is where I'm supposed to be. And so I've taken the confidence that I built in the water, and it's transitioned into all areas of my life, my career, schooling, other activities. It's just incredible. And so it's all about the water, and it always goes back to that place.
Now, have you been ever able to see another kid around your age experience that same thing? They get into the sport, they get into the pool that they so love, and just grow with that? Have you been able to witness that?
Yes, and it's one of my favorite parts of what I do. You know, I've been to 3 Paralympic Games now. I've had the privilege to win medals for our country, and hopefully some more in Paris coming this year. But I say the most rewarding thing about my life and career now is seeing the kids that I maybe can make a difference in, and getting them in the water and starting out their Paralympic journeys. I've had the privilege to tell kids about it, who I will then see a couple months, a year later on a Paralympic pool deck with me swimming. And it just lights a fire inside of me to continue doing what I'm doing, because I know how it's changed my life. And I truly hope it can do the same for others. That is honestly my drive now.
And let me tell you, it is an amazing drive to have. It's one of those things that is the purest thing that you can ever have. And the fact that that is what pushes you on really just establishes, I'm so sorry for overdoing it, but what an amazing person that you are at your core. Now, speaking of, you have an event coming right here to East Texas very soon to spread this message and to spread this advocacy to people right here. Go ahead and tell us a little bit about that and where people can watch.
Yes, I'm so excited. I will be in Tyler, Texas on Saturday. I will be speaking to the Junior League of Tyler, Texas. And I'm so incredibly excited for this event because it kind of segues all the things that I'm about in one room, in one space, you know, leadership, female empowerment, volunteerism. It's kind of all those pillars of what I'm about and what you can do to help your community coming together in one room. I'm very excited about it. It's going to be a wonderful conversation with others who share those same exact motivations and traits. And hopefully, I'm sure I'm going to learn a lot of things from them, and I can hopefully share some of the things that I've been through along the way on my journey, and we can have a wonderful conversation. So I'm very much looking forward to being in Tyler and speaking on Saturday.
And I know we here in Tyler are very excited to be able to host you. Is there anything else that you'd like our viewers to know, whether it be about your advocacy, whether it be about your journey to Paris this upcoming summer, anything that you would like to tell them that I have not touched on myself?
To be honest with you, one thing that I always stress to people when I speak to them is that no one can dictate your journey. If I had listened to all the people along the way who told me I couldn't do it or I was crazy for pursuing the things that I would not be here today. So go out there, make your own path, do what you set out to do, and don't listen to anyone else.
Alrighty, once again, Paralympian Mackenzie Cohen, thank you so much. We look forward to seeing you come Saturday.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.